At the final minutes of the race, Louis Deletraz at the number 40 Wayne Taylor Racing was able to overtake Sebastien Bourdais, who was driving the 01 Cadillac Chip Ganassi Racing. And with that, Acura won for the first in history of the 12 Hours of Sebring and was the first time Wayne Taylor won in the GTP era at IMSA. So here comes now my review about the 2024 edition of the 12 Hours of Sebring at IMSA Weathertech Sportscar Championship. First, let's talk about the qualifying. At the GTD Pro and GTD classes, Vasser Sullivan number 14 with Lexus RCF GT3 and Windward Racing 57 with Mercedes-AMG GT3 Evo were the pole position respectively. At the LMP2 class, AO Racing Spike number 99 was the fastest car. And finally, let's talk about the GTP qualifying. It was a shortened session due to the crash from Matthew Jaminet at turn 1 at 6th minute, and the red flag was shown for it. When the session was restarted, everyone except Porsche Penske Car 6 had less than 4 minutes to set the fastest lap to be in pole position. And once again, Pipo Derani finished as the fastest driver of the session, and with that, the 31 Whelen Cadillac Action Express Racing was the pole position for the 12 Hours of Sebring at the overall position. The 01 Cadillac Chip Ganassi Racing set the second fastest lap, and 40 Acura Wayne Taylor Racing finished in third place. And now the race review. At the first lap of the race, we had the number 62 Risi Competizione spinning right after the turn 1, and we had also both McLaren cars coming together, and as the 9 FAF Motorsports AF the 70 Inception Racing suffered damages due to the contact between them. And in the GTP class, Pipo Derani kept the lead until being passed by Sebastien Bourdais at the beginning of the second hour of the race. And also at the second hour of the race, we had 2 accidents involving LMP2 cars. First, with Luis Perez Companc with number 88 Richard Mille AF course at 1 hour and 35 minutes of the race. The Argentinian driver crashed at the exit of turn 1 after he made a mistake there and spun with that. The rear and the right side of the car suffered damages with the impact, but the 88 was still able to continue the race. 17 minutes later, we had number 8 Tower Motorsports crashing at turn 13 after Michael Dinan clipped the grass, and this caused a full course yellow at the race. That was the beginning of the nightmare for the car number 8 in Sebring. At the third hour of the race, one more trouble to 88 Richard Mille AF course when Lilo Wada stopped the car at turn 7 due to the mechanical issues and declared the end of the race for them. And again, a full course yellow was declared at the race. At the 6th hour of the race, we had PJ Hyatt crashing the car 99 Spike at turn 11, calling one more full course yellow. Few minutes later, we had an incident on pit lane with Vasser Sullivan 12 making contact with the 01 Cadillac Racing when the Lexus was leaving the pits. The 12 received a drive-through penalty for that. At the 7th hour of the race, unfortunately, the number 85 JDC Miller suddenly lost the power and was slow on the track. This was caused due to a left side driveshaft issue, and the 85 needed to retire the race. This was really a shame for the yellow Porsche 963 car because its performance was well at the race. And once again, we had a great battle between the Porsche Penske 7 and Cadillac Action Express 31 cars fighting for the lead of the race. With that, Felipe Nasser was able to pass Pipo Derani and to become the new leader. At the beginning of the 8th hour of the race, Pipo Derani was able to recover the lead with the pit stop. And with that, the 31 car started to grow the gap compared to the 7 car. However, some minutes later, we had the most dramatic moment of the race when Derani was trying to overtake Miguel Molina at the 21 car AF course, but the Cadillac got contact from Ferrari and Derani lost the control of the car and crashed heavily at turn 10, and the 31 was upside down. Besides the accident being very scary, fortunately Derani didn't suffer any kind of serious injuries. This is really a shame for the Action Express Racing because they could have been fighting to win the race considering their pace was really strong. And with that, the BMW number 25 became the new leader of the race. In the middle of the 9th hour of the race, the number 10 Acura Wayne Taylor Racing with Andretti became the new leader with Ricky Taylor overtaking Maxime Martin. However, the car 10 was smoking behind, and this was a problem later because this was due to the brake fluid. And also at the 9th hour of the race, one more trouble for Tower Motorsports after Michael Dinan being hit behind by Josh Burden at the car 74 at turn 7. A few moments later, Frédéric Makowiecki hit Catherine Legge at the turn 17 and with that the 66 Gradient Racing crashed there and was declared the end of the race for Acura NSX GT3 car. And here comes a controversial decision from the race direction because they decided to not give a drive-through penalty for the Car 6 Porsche Penske Motorsport. However, at the beginning of the 10th hour of the race, Makowiecki suffered with a puncture at the rear left tire due to the contact and spun at turn 7. At the last hour, the race got wild with too many battles on the track, especially at the GTP and GTD Pro classes. With 40 minutes remaining, Connor De Phillippi with the car number 25 had a great restart and did a dive bomb to overtake two cars at turn 1 and climb to 5th place. In the last 20 minutes of the race, Jack Hawksworth with the Lexus Vassar Sullivan number 14 overtaking Daniel Serra with Ferrari 62 Risi Competizione, and we also had Rexy 77 and Corvette number 3 cars in that huge battle for the lead. And in the last 10 minutes of the race, we had a huge battle for the win between Sebastien Bourdais with 01 Cadillac Racing and Louis Deletraz 40 Acura Wayne Taylor Andretti. And with less than 6 minutes to finish, the Swiss driver finally got the lead with a brilliant move at turn 7. With 3 minutes remaining, we had an incident at the GTD Pro class with Lauren Heinrich with AO Racing number 77 hitting Daniel Juncadella Corvette number 3 at the turn 2. And this resulted in a drive-through penalty for the Rexy car, but was converted to 35 seconds penalty at the final results. So at the end, number 40 Acura Wayne Taylor Racing finished the race in first place and won the 12 Hours of Sebring 2024 edition at the overall position. It was the first time Wayne Taylor Racing won the race in the GTP era and also the first time that Acura won Sebring as an official manufacturer in Sebring history, considering that in 2016 Honda was the winner but just only an engine supplier. At the LMP2 class, Era Motorsport number 18 won the second time in a row this year, and we need to highlight once again the 17-year-old driver Connor Zilic because it was just his second race at the LMP2 class and he won the 2 races. We must take a look at this young driver for the future in motorsports. At the GTD Pro class, Vassar Sullivan number 14 Lexus was the winner, and once again we had Windward Racing number 57 with Mercedes GT3 car winning at the GTD class this year. So now, what was your opinion about the 12 Hours of Sebring this year? Did you really enjoy the race? So tell me about it in the comment sections below. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel to not lose more videos about IMSA and WC. We see you in the next videos.